So recently I joined the Brackeys GameJam, and this is my second time submitting for any kind of game jam at all. And the first time was, well, it really wasn't a success, so let's just not talk about it. I'll give away $1 million to the person who rates my game first. So it's officially the day that they reveal the theme, and the theme is an end is a new beginning. What the fuck? Now, ideally, people would have crazy ideas and they would be super excited, but I'm different. You see, for a person with an IQ of lower than 10, it's kinda tough to come up with an idea, so I use my 10 plus ring and use the most powerful graphical tool ever, Microsoft Paint. And surprisingly enough, I actually came up with an idea. Here's how it goes. A puzzle platformer game where you play as two players, which if one dies, the other one revives. And you have to die in order to switch to the other player and make progress. And so I opened up Unity, made a new 2D project and called it Brackeys GameJam. GameJam. Okay, maybe it's just not meant to be. So Unity is open now, and right away I made a square. And guess what the next step is? Another square. So I quickly implemented some rigid body and stuff, and now we have physics. And then I had to write some code so that the player can move around. So I made a new C# script and opened it up in Visual Studio. Now, I don't actually know what happens when I'm coding. Time just flies for me, and it feels like I'm a robot doing what it's meant to do. And now if I go over to Unity and hit play, okay, I fixed the whole movement thing, and now if I hit play, it actually works. So as I mentioned before, my IQ is below 10, so I'm really not that good at making puzzles. So I head over to Google and search for the best puzzle platformer games to inspire from. Portal. Okay, it's not 2D. Portal. So after hours of putting a lot of pressure on my brain, I finally made the first prototype. The whole point is to press a button with one player and die afterward to revive the other player and pass through the level. So far so good. It's officially day 2 of the game jam, and I started the day by making some sprites. First, I head over to color.adobe.com to grab a color palette. Then I designed a dead and a live version of the player inside Photoshop, which didn't turn out good, but trust me, it's gonna get better. Okay, it's hours passed, and I actually made the entire list of sprites I needed for the game. Okay, maybe not the whole thing, but most of it. Then I made animations for the player, which totally didn't take 3 hours to figure out. At this point, I was so tired, so I decided to HBO and chill. Yeah, Netflix is for kids. So in day 3, I added 2D lights into the game so that it guides you through your adventure. I also made 2 new levels to introduce the mechanics to the player. Then I also made a key and some animations for it that you have to collect to open the doors. And then I made a moving platform inside of Photoshop. Did some coding, and now it has to work. Okay, now it's functioning. What the fuck? It's day 4 now, and I started the day off by fixing the shitty code that I wrote last night, and we finally have a functional moving platform. Then I made a menu which says auto restart you to get a hint and escape to exit the game. And being the lazy person I am, it actually didn't work at all. I also made a button to get rid of the annoying menu or pop it open whenever you want. It's day 5 and the only thing that I did today was adding new levels into the game. Of course I cannot show you the whole thing, then it would be spoiled, but here's a fully functional level that I made today. Okay, so I have to jump up here and then...
What the hell?
Then I couldn't make any more levels with the same assets on my little brain. So what I did was I made a portal in different colors, wrote some code and... Alright, it should be fixed now. Alright, it actually works now, which means we can take a step further and add more levels into the game. But first, let's drink some orange juice. Then I made a dialogue system, following along a video by Brackeys himself, that guides you through the game, which has a fascinating character. Then I made some sound effects using SFXR, which is a random sound generator, but ended up not using it because of how shitty they were. It's day 6 now and I have to finish the game today, because I will be at school tomorrow when the GameJam due time ends. Fuck school, man. And the first thing I did was making a loading screen, again following along with a Brackeys video. Then I made a hint system that actually works, although it's not guaranteed that you will get a good hint that will guide you through the whole level. And for some stupid people with even lower IQs than myself, I added these little lights that show you what you have to do in what order. I also made some particles using Unity's particle system. Now for the last level, I was too lazy to write some actually good hints, and so I did this. Then I decided to use accurate music to generate some random music for my game, which I didn't end up using. You're wondering why? Just listen to this. Then I made the absolute worst possible icon for the game in Photoshop. Downloaded some sound effects and music, put it in a game and exported it for Windows. For some reason I couldn't export for Linux, but all Linux users out there, you have my deepest respect. So I asked one of my imaginary friends to play the game and give me some reviews. So let's see what he thinks of my game. So I think we can safely say that my second submitted game jam was a success. Now, what I want you guys to do is to firstly like the video, then play the game and vote for it. Now it's available on itch.io, link is in the description. Go ahead and do it or I will. Thanks to all the people who played the game already. Thank you for making it this far into the video. I spent a ton of time trying other people's games and it was a lot of fun. Now subscribe and
Get out of here.
What the hell? Wait, how the hell am I even gonna do this?